My name is Chris Ciadella. 2 years and 5 days ago, I woke up with a stiff neck that changed my life. For the next 23 days, I took Percocet and Valium. Between the pain, the painkillers, and not sleeping, I watched my mind slip away. I lost who I was. I thought I was okay, but I really wasn't. My doctor kept telling me nothing was wrong. So I wound up in the emergency room and had to have emergency surgery because 2 discs shattered and crushed my spinal cord. I couldn't move my left hand or my arm. When I woke up from surgery, I was a lot better, but I was still in a lot of pain. And I told my mother and surgeon that I was going to need a therapist and a lot of weed when I got out of the hospital. That I took 1 painkiller when I came home from the hospital, and that was it. That was the last time I took a painkiller. The detox was excruciating. I understand why people say just one more. They just go back for one more. I completely get it. It's so much easier. But not that I'm a tough guy. I had detoxed myself when I was 22. I had taken 500 Percocets in 2 months because I had lower back pain. Not pain. I had ruptured 2 discs in my lower back. And I was prescribed Percocet like candy. It was 15 years ago, so I guess nobody really knew the dangers. Well, after the pain was gone, I stopped taking the painkillers, but I wound up having to detox myself. I had the chills, the shakes. It was a month before I left my house, but I wanted to get back to life. I wanted to get back to work. I worked with my father. I loved it. I loved my life. This time, although I loved my life, I was still in a lot more pain, and my father wasn't around. Just things weren't as easy as they were. So it would have been easier to stay on painkillers. It would have numbed everything. But I got off them and stayed off them by smoking marijuana. I smoked a lot of marijuana. The first year, I smoked, I would say, about 3 pounds of marijuana. I got it from wherever I could. I stayed high. It kept the headaches away. But even being under the influence of marijuana just about 24/7, I got a job as an engineer. I made a lot of friends. I kept my friends. I kept my family. I kept my house. And it's all coming back. For 2 years, I had a lot of issues sleeping. While I wasn't sleeping, I felt my mind slip further and further away from me. I lost who I was. I couldn't remember what I liked doing. I couldn't cook. I couldn't put forks and knives away. It was that difficult to remember where things went. My body went into survival mode. I could only remember the basics. I would force myself to do some things like get up and go to work, but it was very difficult. December of 2015, I needed something to do that I remembered that I knew I liked. So I wound up buying a 64 Chevelle Malibu SS. I love the cars, and I just started working on it all hours of the night. Whenever I couldn't sleep, I would work on it, which was a lot. And I would tell people I would smoke weed and work on my Chevelle. So people started asking me, how do you not cut your fingers off or get hurt being high and working on your car? And I reminded them that I cut my finger off before I started smoking weed. So I had already been making some videos of the work I was doing on the restoration, but I started making more and more videos and showing them to my friends, and I started calling it Get High Garage. So Get High Garage, although it's got a funny name, it's got a much more serious meaning behind it. it's where I came to get better. It was my rehabilitation. It was it helped me find who I was and what I liked doing. It gave me something to do when I didn't want to do anything. There were many, many days that I'll admit it, I didn't want to be alive. The pain in my arm, my head was so great. I don't sleep. The pain in my soul was unbearable. I can't explain it. It's painful to talk about, but I'm happy to talk about it. Painkillers are a poison. They'll take you down. They'll take your life if you let them. You need to get back to your life and do what you love. And if you don't love your life, you need to find something that you do love. I don't care what it is. If it's another man, if it's a dog, if it's a car. Do it and love yourself. So I'd like to introduce you to Get High Garage, where I came to recover, where I came to get better. And I'd also like to announce, or whatever, tell you that I've been sleeping for 7 days, 7 nights in a row. It would have been cool to say I didn't sleep for 2 years, but 1 year, two days short of 2 years is close enough for me. I'll round up. So I didn't sleep for 2 years, and I needed a place to go. So I'd like to welcome you to Get High Garage and show you my Chevelle and show you my therapy. It may not look like much, but if you check out my videos, you'll see what I've done. You can come and watch me recover. I've done some floor work, some trunk work, some frame work. I'm learning. I'm refining new skills. More importantly, I'm getting better. Spider web. So, welcome to Get High Garage. This is where I came to recover from painkillers and pain. And instead of losing my house, losing my family, losing my friends, losing my job, I got a job. I made a ton of friends. Not everybody stuck around. Not everybody could see past what I was going through and see that I would be better. Sometimes I couldn't see that I was going to be better. My friends knew who was inside, and they knew I'd be back. So, welcome to Get High Garage. I say I don't really care how long it takes. Patience is something I learned. I'm not saying that I'm quitting smoking weed now that I've been sleeping for 7 nights in a row and I've been marijuana free for 5 days. Now that I can take a break, I am taking a break. A cold turkey break. No issues, no problems. So smoke weed whenever you need, but please don't do drugs. Thank you. I invite you to come watch my videos. You don't have to, but come check me out. Watch me cut my fingers off. I started making some videos at home of me falling off my roof. You know, come watch me work. Be well and be safe.